Imagine. Circumstances may take the decision out of Cole's hands. But then again, if he pitches lights out, he might take the decision out of their hands and right back into his own.
Smells good. A rib fest going on the North Shore, and something special has been cooking up at PNC Park all season long. Fans hungry for more wins. Might see another one tonight as the Pirates take on the Milwaukee Brewers in Game 3 of this 3-game series. Take a look now at the Central Division standings. The Pirates just a half game behind the idle Cardinals. A win tonight would tie them for first place heading into tomorrow night's series opener here. The Reds 3.5 off the pace. Hi again, everybody. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Happy you're watching Pirates baseball with us tonight. Robbie Smukowski will join us in a little while. Marlon Byrd had an impressive debut as a Pirate in the 7th inning, a 3-run blast that opened the game up.
Yeah, welcome to Pittsburgh, Marlon Byrd. And yeah, it really did. It gave the Pirates some breathing room. This game was not in the books when he hit this 3-run shot to straightaway center field. But Marlon Byrd arrived in Pittsburgh. He arrives at home plate there. He has made a lot of friends his first night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and at PNC Park.
So Marlon Byrd getting the standing O and the curtain call last night. John Buck, who also came over from the Mets, will start behind the plate tonight. We'll see him make his Pirates debut. Garrett Cole, the right-hander, going for the Bucks on 7 days rest. Last time on a week's rest, Steve, he got himself a win against Arizona.
Yeah, we hope that repeats itself. You got to be a little careful, and you got to consider both sides of the coin, because sometimes you get in a situation where a pitcher might get a little rusty, but based on what he did last time, we're very optimistic. Garrett Cole has had very, very good control. You might want to see him be a little bit edgy in terms of the corners tonight, because this is a very aggressive swinging Milwaukee Brewers team.
Garrett Cole taking on Giovanni Gallardo, a guy who's been traditionally tough against the Pirates. But the bats have been going. The beer has been battered by the Bucks. 28 hits over the last 2 games for Pittsburgh. Can they keep it going tonight? Lineups and first pitch coming up from PNC Park. Pittsburgh, Allegheny River right next to it. We get ready for the third and final game of this three-game series between the Pirates and the Brewers. Rookie right-hander Garrett Cole has the ball tonight. And the other half of the battery for the first time as a Pirate, John Buck, who came over in the trade with Marlon Byrd. Let's take a look at Milwaukee's lineup written up by Ron Renicky. Scooter Gennett leads off. Gene Segura, the shortstop, hits second. Lucroy, Ramirez, and then Carlos Gomez, the center fielders, hit well against the Pirates this year. .362, 4 homers, 8 runs batted in. Rookie Chris Davis in left field. Caleb Kindle in right. Juan Francisco at first. And the pitcher Giovanni Gallardo batting ninth against Garrett Cole,
who is making his 14th start. The Cole numbers brought to you by Chevrolet. 6-6, 381. He has faced the Brewers once. He beat them. The Pirates gave him a lot of offensive support. It was a 10-3 Pirate win. And Garrett Cole working to another veteran catcher, so it shouldn't be all that much of a transition. He has worked with Russell Martin. He is now working with John Buck. And I was pointing out too the idea that Garrett Cole has very good control. He's made 13 starts, just 17 walks, Tim. And this is a freewheeling Brewers team, so you can really tease them with some borderline stuff. You stay in the middle of the strike zone, the hitting zone, and they've got a chance to wear you out. But they will chase stuff away from the strike zone, so you might not want to have that pinpoint control, well, especially in the middle of the hitting area.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Garrett Cole. In the outfield, left to right, Jose Tabata, Andrew McCutchen, and Marlon Byrd. Infield, left side, Alvarez and Mercer, Walker and Gabby Sanchez out there again. John Buck behind the plate, catching Garrett Cole. John Buck.
And you know the Brewers are going to try to run. They're a running team. They lead the National League in stolen bases. And John Buck going to go right out and have a little pregame talk with Garrett Cole. And an overview for this game tonight, Tim, I think, is that you want the Pirates to remember it's Thursday. It's not Friday yet. The Cardinals are not here for that big series. They've got work to do tonight. Sometimes you can start thinking about that, and I don't think the Pirate players will. We as fans are thinking about Friday night and the Cardinals coming to town for the big series, but there's work to be done tonight, so don't lose track of Thursday before Friday gets here.
Russell Martin had helped John Buck in his preparation for this ball game. Buck last night was told he'd be starting today, so he took home some video of Garrett Cole and a few guys in the bullpen and started to familiarize himself with the Pirate staff. Here's the first pitch of the game. That's up high for ball one to Scooter Gennett. .84 degrees the game time temperature here at PNC Park, and Gennett lines one into center field, a base hit, a leadoff single for the rookie second baseman.
Garrett will give up his share of hits, 78 innings, 75 hits. And again, you might want to tease them a little bit. And some of that business between Garrett Cole will be involving Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire, will be calling balls and strikes. Important for Garrett, every other starter, to learn the umpire's strike zone. His is more important. You got to deal with what he's calling, not what you think you're going to get.
Gene Segura fouls this one off. We talked about the fact that these guys in Brewer uniforms are free swingers. They will be aggressive in the count, and at times you'll see them swing at the first pitch. I know there was one instance last night, Steve, where you saw back-to-back hitters swing at the first pitch and make outs, and Charlie Morton had 2 outs on 2 pitches before you knew it. 0-1. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, 2 quick outs, 2 pitches, that's great. But you can also be involved with 2 quick base hits, too, and put you in a hole. So, again, not be right down the middle of the strike zone.
No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, 1 on. Top half of the first inning just underway from PNC Park. Ground ball to third. Pedro's got it. Walker, the turn. Safe at first is Segura.
A little bit of an off target throw from Pedro over to Neil Walker. It was an awkward reach downstairs for Neil. That's a difficult thing for a guy trying to make the pivot downstairs and then get back up to the throw. This should have been 2.
Walker did what he could, and Segura just got there ahead of time.
Yeah, you combine that little bit of an off-target throw with the speed of Segura. That's going to happen. I believe the same situation happened last night.
Bang bang at first, and Segura wins the race. 1 down and 1 on, and Jonathan Lucroy at the plate. Throw over by Cole. Segura, the National League leader in stolen bases. So if they're going to run, we're going to find out here.
Russell Martin threw a runner out early in the game last night. That does send a message. Doesn't always eliminate the whole approach, but it helps.
Strike call. Martin working a lot with John Buck on Buck's arrival. Buck, longtime big leaguer with the Kansas City Royals, also with Toronto, with Miami, and with the Mets.
He was an all-star with Toronto, but 3 years ago.
2010. And this ball gets away.
That might be a third base situation for Segura.
Is heading for third, and he will be there. Gene Segura at third base and 1 out, and bad news for the Bucks early. And really, this is a game where the Pirates can't afford those kind of mistakes. This is one they've got to have tonight. Just a bad throw by Cole.
Yep. When you get that throw tangled up between the first baseman and the runner on that side, on the second base side of first, there's just too much congestion. So the throw offline, and you wonder, talking to Gabby Sanchez, if he feel that he still should have been able to get the glove on it. The situation now is a runner on third base with 1 out.
0-1 pitch to Lucroy. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, it's hard to place any more importance over one game than another, but they're a half game out of the team that is idle tonight, traveling here to Pittsburgh, the Cardinals. They got a chance to be in a first place tie with them tomorrow to start a really big weekend series. And Lucroy flares one into right field. It's 1-0 Milwaukee. That's just the second time in the last 30 games the Brewers have plated a run in the first inning.
Kind of fights it off over the head of Neil Walker for the little flare single. You go back to that opportunity to turn that double play. And Segura has good speed, but I think a chest-high throw from Pedro to Neil Walker would have given them the opportunity, a real good chance to turn the 2. And, well, can't do anything about it now, but move on. Keep it a 1-0 game.
Well, Ramos Ramirez gives the Pirates another chance. Walker the easy 1, and over to Gabby for an easy 2. Brewers get a run on 2 hits. Nobody left. Heading to the bottom of the first. Of the first inning, Pirates coming to the plate for the first time against Yovani Gallardo. Between innings, Garrett Cole talking to Gabby Sanchez.
Well, yeah, whose fault? Who wants to assume blame? And probably a little bit of both. It could have been a better throw, and maybe Gabby could have found a way to block that.
Pirates lineup brought to you by Toyota. Jose Talbot back in the leadoff spot. Neil Walker batting second. McCutchen third. Alvarez in the cleanup spot. Marlon Byrd bats fifth tonight. Then Gabby and John Buck with Jordy Mercer batting eighth. And against Milwaukee this year, he's liked hitting against the Brewers. Garrett Cole batting ninth against Gallardo.
And Yovani Gallardo, the last two starts have been against the Cincinnati Reds, and in those two starts he's just given up 2 runs. 2 starts ago, 6 innings of scoreless ball, and then last time out against the Reds, no decision, 6 innings, just giving up 2 runs. He has been very consistent against everybody the last 4 years.
Well, he's been very good against the Pirates. 10-4 against the Bucks, a .277 earned run average.
Yeah, no stranger. 17 starts.
Yeah, 18 starts now. 19 appearances overall against the Bucks. 1 and 2 against the Pirates this year. Top of the ground ball to short. Segura waits. Goes on to first to get him. 1 gone. 6-3 goes the put out. First out for the Pirates. Aerial coverage provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Providing us with fabulous overhead pictures of the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. He's got his pirate parrot with him. Ready for action. 1 out, nobody on, and Walker the hitter. Neil batting .254. Neil was off last night. Josh Harrison started instead against the left-hander Tom Gorzolani. Harrison had himself a very good night. Went 3 for 3 with an RBI and scored 3 times. And against the right-hander Gallardo, Neil back in the lineup. Jay had himself a night. Pirates winning last night 7-1.
Makes life a lot easier with a bunch of runs.
Walker hits this one well to center field, but it's going to hang up for Gomez. And 2-man out.
Interesting to see how the ball carries. Last night the ball was just flying, just a lot of carry and finish to balls hit to the outfield. The ball that Bird hit, the triple that Talbot hit off the scoreboard in right field. A lot of carry.
Andrew McCutchen coming to the plate now to a nice round of applause. McCutchen has been outstanding. He's raised his average up to .323. Last night another multi-hit game, went 2 for 4 with an RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored. And is hitting a ton here in August. League leaders where he ranks in the National League in a variety of categories. Multi-hit games tied with Matt Carpenter of St. Louis for first. Hits, he's second. Total bases, he's third. Carroll Automotive, we're driven to be better. MVP, Steve?
Certainly a candidate. Certainly a candidate.
Still has 30 games to go, 29 after tonight. So still able to even improve on those numbers.
Yeah, if you wanted to really flesh out the candidacy numbers, bump that home run total up. Get that up around 25 to 30. That would certainly help enhance the possibilities.
Kutch is hitting a major league best .425 this month. 37 for 87 in August. Two and two. Gallardo with 2 men out. The base is empty. 3 men on the left side of the infield. And McCutchen into center field. Gomez not going to get it. It's past him. Turn on the Jets for Kutch. McCutchen around second, heading for third. And he's going to be held at third.
Wisely. They had the relay set up. The ball was in the hands of the cutoff man when Andrew got to third base. Boy, it was exciting, though. We're all thinking, touch them all. But he got to touch 3 of them. Gomez takes the chance. It doesn't happen, and here we go. We talk about a jump start emotionally for these fans. They know that ball is by them, and they know it's Andrew. And Andrew thinking base hit, and now he's thinking more than that, obviously, but that early start probably cost him a chance to go for it. And he knows it.
Fourth triple of the year for McCutchen. And Pedro a chance to drive him in. Tying run at third, 2 outs.
Just so you know, Gallardo has hit 14 home runs, or given up 14 home runs. He knows it.
And he started out of the gates. That would have been an exciting play at the plate. And it's 1-1 now to Pedro. Last night, Pedro went 0 for 4. Average at .238. League leading 32 home runs. That's a career high. 86 RBIs. That's a career high. And a team lead.
One better than his total last year for the RBIs.
1-1, and this one is hit down to first base. Francisco tossed to Gallardo, and McCutchen left at third base after his triple. We'll go to the second. 1-0 Milwaukee. By a run, 7-6 after Oakland blew them out last night. Brandon Moss had a couple of home runs for the A's last night. But tonight, it's all about the Buccos as they have come dressed for a win tonight. 1-0 Brewers. McCutchen with the triple. A little bad start out of the gates. Might have had 4 bases, but Pirates do not get a run in the bottom of the first inning. And right now, Garrett Cole pitching to Carlos Gomez. Pitch is up. 1-0.
Well, Max Scherzer came into his start for the Tigers, just finishing up on that game. 19-1 record. When you're 19-1, you get off the hook when you have a bad day. That's the way it works.
Gomez fouls this one away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, you're 19-1. You can get away with a lot of things.
Yep. That's when things are going in your direction.
Yeah, it's been quite a year for Max Scherzer. You'd have to say a shoe-in for the American League Cy Young. 1-1 pitch. And a ground ball up the middle and a base hit. Leadoff single for Gomez. And the Brewers have the leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning.
And you'll have to keep an eye on him too with his 31 steals.
If you want to take part in our telecast tonight, you can have your tweet read on the air, perhaps, or shown on the air in the bottom scroll. Tweet us using the hashtag BucksBooth for questions, comments about the Buccos.
Maybe some comments about that outfit.
See, they heard the message already. There you go. That one's for you, I'm sure, Steve.
That one's directed at me.
Direct message for Steve Blanche. Chris Davis, the left fielder. Davis takes the ball. Davis getting a good opportunity. He and Caleb Gindel splitting a little time in left field, but Davis getting the bulk of the work since the suspension of Ryan Braun. And the Brewers in a little bit more of a transitional phase. Not only is Braun out, Corey Hart's out for the year due to injury. Same with Ricky Weeks. So Scooter Gennett, the second baseman, getting time there. And it's been a revolving door at first base, filling in for Hart. 2 balls and no strikes to Davis. Ron Renicky getting a look at the future, perhaps.
They like Davis. They like Gennett.
Runner goes, and no throw, and a stolen base for Carlos Gomez, his 32nd of the season.
Not much you can do when the ball's on the ground. Very good jump. I don't know if John Buck could have done much if he gets a clean catch.
3 ball, no strike count. Swinging 3-0. It's deep to right field. Bird looks up. It's off the wall. Runner's going to come around third. Gomez will score. It's 2-0 Milwaukee on an RBI double by Chris Davis, taking a 3-0 pitch the other way off the Clemente wall.
And why not? You got a guy that throws a lot of strikes. He's trying to get back in the at-bat. Puts it right out there where you can extend your arms, and he gives it a ride to right field off the short porch. Marlon Byrd getting a little education on what kind of bounces you can get off that material out there, and there are a variety. You've got the chain link fence, you've got some support beams that will bounce it straight back and come back at you and go sideways. That one goes a little to the side, and an easy trip from second base for Carlos Gomez.
Double number 8, RBI number 19. Gindel, first ball swinging, fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike to the right fielder. 287 is average, 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Gindel started in left field last night, went 1 for 4. I talked to Marlon Byrd yesterday before the game about playing this wall. He's played it before as a visiting team member. He said he knows you can't get too close to it. He said it's going to hit that chain link fence in front of it, and it might drop straight down. Otherwise, it could hit a railing or something and bounce back. He said just don't get too close to it. Worst case scenario, the ball comes down and you go pick it up.
Give yourself some room, some wiggle room.
1-1 to Gindel, tried to bunt. Fouled it off, and that's a strike. 1-2. The Brewers with a 2-0 lead early off of Garrett Cole.
The only thing you don't have to worry about in right field with the scoreboard is where the foam padding comes down, and you've got about the size of a baseball that can get jammed under there and doesn't bounce anywhere. And we've seen that a couple times this year around from right center all the way to the left field foul pole.
There's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 1 gone for the Brewers in the second. And Cole records his first strikeout tonight. He goes bottom to top in the zone.
Yeah, and there's the thing too. You can be out of the strike zone, and they'll chase a lot of those types of pitches. They're that aggressive.
Juan Francisco, first baseman, number 8 hitter. And after him is the pitcher Giovanni Gallardo. Certainly not an automatic out.
No, with his 2 home runs this year.
He's a very good hitting pitcher. Davis off of second base. The stretch by Cole in the pitch, and a ground ball to Neil Walker. And that retires Francisco. 2-man out, and Davis moving up to third on the play. Third and 2 down for Gallardo.
Gallardo is a good hitting pitcher, but operative word, he's still a pitcher trying to hit. And many times against a power guy like Garrett Cole, the good hitting pitchers, they're not all that crazy about that because these guys throw the ball hard, and if you get hit, it could hurt. Not that they're going to throw at you a lot, but I think most pitchers like to go up there against the soft tossers. A little more comfortable.
Parado ground ball to Alvarez. And a runner left at third, but the Brewers get a run on 2 hits. Leave a man. After an inning and a half, it's Milwaukee 2 and the Pirates nothing.
Center field, way back to the wall, and let's go flying with Marlon Byrd. Welcome to the Berg, Mr. Byrd.
Marlon Byrd with a big impression last night, a 3-run home run in the 7th inning in his Pirates debut, just coming over from the New York Mets. And Byrd with his first at bat tonight. 22 home runs, 74 runs batted in.
And also very media savvy. Robbie Inzmakowski interviewed him after the game, and he acknowledged the fan, he acknowledged the city, what it's been like, and what it will be like to break out of this 20-game skid. Made a lot of friends last night.
Pitch outside to him, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bird's been around the block. Been with a number of teams, including the Red Sox last year, Mets this year, in the hole 1-2 now. Bird broke in with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2002. He's been with the Washington Nationals, spent 3 seasons with the Texas Rangers, also 3 with the Chicago Cubs before going to Boston last year. 1-2 pitch. Outside and high, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bird. Certainly Bird brought here for one reason only. That's to spark this offense, produce some runs. Produced 3 last night.
Play right field and hit the ball.
Gallardo's 2-2. Base hit for Bird. Leadoff single. And the Pirates have a man aboard, nobody out, and Gabby Sanchez on his way to the plate. A professional hitter. Found the spot where there wasn't anybody and put it there. Pitch outside, he went that way.
Right out toward the end of the bat. Just strong enough to power it through the infield.
And the Parrot loves it. Why wouldn't he? He's a Bird too.
Marlon wears number 2. Does the Parrot wear number 1? Stay tuned.
Maybe he should wear number also. He's a Bird also. Sanchez 3 for 4 last night. Big night for Gabby. He just had decent numbers against Gallardo. That's part of the reason he's in there tonight. Normally you'd see the left-hander Garrett Jones playing first base against the right-handed pitcher, but Gabby's hit Gallardo pretty well. Plus he's been swinging a hot bat lately. Sanchez had an RBI in the game last night as well. 318 against Gallardo. And the pitch. Gabby takes a strike. 0-1.
And Gallardo, native of Mexico, 6'2", 215, 27 years old, came up through their system. And what these win totals, his first year, 2009, he won 13, and then 14, and 17, last year 16. He's been very, very consistent. He drafted in the second round in 2004. He has panned out very nicely.
0-1 pitch. Gabby took it low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sanchez has hit safely in 4 straight games now. One thing about Gabby's game is he wants to get the ball to fly out of here a little bit more often. Only 7 home runs. That equals his output from all of last season. And a ground ball towards short. Segura will flip to Jeanette for 1. That's all they'll get. Fielder's choice for Sanchez. Bird is retired on the force out, and there's 1 out. Iron City Beer presents Sky Blast, powered by Zambelli Fireworks, this Saturday after the Bucks host the Cardinals at 7:05. Stay after the game as Third Eye Blind performs all their hits. If you already have tickets to the game, you can get passes to watch the show from the field at pirates.com/concerts. It'll be a big night here Saturday night. Third Eye Blind, living a semi-charmed kind of life.
Yep, I will stay around for that one.
Right, Steve?
Yep, yep.
Here's John Buck's first at bat as a Pirate. 1 out and 1 on. 2-0 Milwaukee. Pitch outside. Buck spent a lot of years with the Kansas City Royals organization. Steve mentioned earlier an all-star in 2010 with the Blue Jays.
And a very hot hitter for the Mets, home run wise, early this year.
9 of his 15 home runs came in the month of April. And he drives one to left field, a base hit.
Welcome, Mr. Bird, Mr. Buck. Welcome to Pittsburgh.
2 on and 1 out as John Buck gets his first hit as a Pirate.
Goes downstairs, gets under that breaking ball. Good contact over the head of Gene Segura. Good piece of hitting right there. Down, get that ball in the air.
Russell Martin watching on tonight, and he knows that the catching tandem got a lot deeper. Tony Sanchez will rejoin this team on Tuesday when he's called back from Double-A Altoona, and they'll go with 3 catchers the rest of the way. Jordy Mercer has hit well against this team, hitting over 400 against the Brewers this year. 278 on the season. No balls and a strike. 2 on, 1 out. 0-2 pitch inside corner, and Jordy turns around to Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire, and says, "Is that true?" Well, Gallardo got a call, didn't he? So 0-2 to Jordy Mercer. Sanchez off of second, Buck off of first. Gallardo looks at him, now comes home. Ball and 2 strikes. It's 1-2, and Gallardo hasn't thrown a strike yet.
And Gallardo, who has consistently been around 200 strikeouts a year, his first several years. Not doing that this year. 141 innings, 109 the strikeout total, but the last 2 or 3 years, over 200 Ks.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Gallardo at PNC Park in his career has had some success. 4-3. Above 500 at this ballpark. He's kept the runs down too. Just an ERA of 2.18. Two pitch. And Mercer backs up Jeanette. Segura with the turn. Too late. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. Sanchez safe at third. Buck forced at second. And on the fielder's choice, Mercer safe at first. That'll bring up Garrett Cole. So 2 chances at a double play this inning, and the Brewers couldn't turn either one. And hopefully here Cole can help his own cause.
He's shown that he has the ability to do that with the first start of his 2-run single, a couple of our quick RBIs career-wise.
First major league at bat was a 2-run base hit. So a .217 average for Cole. He's 5 for 23. There's 3 runs batted in. Brewers leading 2-0. Bottom of the second inning. Pitch called a strike. Light card of activity in the National League tonight. This was one of 3 National League games. Philadelphia and the Mets already done. The Mets winning 11-3 over the Phillies. Miami and Washington scoreless in the second. Atlanta is playing, but an interleague game against Cleveland, and they're scoreless in Atlanta in the third. 1-1 to Garrett Cole. One thing we see from Cole is he is an absolute competitor, whether he's pitching or at the plate. He took a strike on the inside corner.
He does not have much patience with failure. He doesn't like to be on that side of the ledger.
Cole awaits the 1-2 from Giovanni Gallardo. Runners off the corners and 2 down. Here's the pitch. And struck him out. Pirates leave 2. They get 2 hits. No runs to show for it. 2-0 after 2 full at PNC Park.
Throughout the first pitch tonight. That's Dan Marino, former Pitt Miami Dolphins quarterback, throwing to Pittsburgh native Neil Walker, and they posed for a photo afterward here at PNC Park. I'm Robbie Mikowski, and Dan Marino, big a Pirates fan as anyone. And earlier I asked him about what he likes about this postseason run the Buccos are making.
You know, it's really exciting. I mean, I've been a Pirate fan my whole life, growing up in Pittsburgh. I'm a Steeler fan too, even though I play for the Dolphins. You know, I'm still a Steeler fan, also and a Pirates fan, and just a fan of the city. So it's really good to see. Happy for the city, happy for the fans that are coming out and enjoying the Pirates, and that's what it's about.
You know, Tim and Steve, and Dan Marino is no stranger to the sport of baseball, drafted by the Kansas City Royals back in 1979. So he has a deep history, of course. He was a star pitcher at baseball at Central Catholic, where he played baseball and football. And the other thing is when he went to college to play football, Kent Colby remembers visits that Dan would take to the Pirates clubhouse. He would bring his offensive linemen with him to hang out. So a pretty cool thing and a pretty cool moment here before the game, guys.
Yeah, Nate, he's one of Pittsburgh's best, one of the all-time greats.
Hall of Famer, and he has been loved in the city of Pittsburgh since he was high school, probably before that.
Scooter Gennett fouls this one off for strike one. Dan Marino, Central Catholic.
But going to Super Bowl, I think his first year, you know, you thought there would be multiple opportunities, but you never know when you're going to get to that dance, and you don't know how many of them there are going to be.
Marino grew up in South Oakland, Parkview Avenue. And, I think it's hard if you played for the Dolphins or another team the way that Marino did to root for another team, but this is his hometown team. He talked about the Steelers, of course, and always been a Pirate fan.
Maybe that's the proof of the pudding. Played for another team, still beloved in his hometown. That'll tell you what you need to know about Danny.
One ball and two strikes. And that's low, 2-2. I'm sure Marino, like anybody else, is excited that the football season in Western PA is getting set to get underway. The high schoolers are just about ready to start.
Tomorrow night.
That's it. Yep. It'll be a big night. 2-2 pitch. Hooked foul.
I'll tell you, Tim, I remember when I lived in Connecticut, I'd fly out to Pittsburgh every once in a while during the offseason to do something. And flying over this city, like those kind of shots, you would see hundreds, it seemed like hundreds of lit high school football fields as it was going on Friday nights.
Heinz Field, Monday night will be buzzing as Pitt opens with Florida State. First ACC game.
Pitt? ACC?
Yes,
it
sir.
just doesn't fit, does it?
Well, it will now. We wish Paul Christ and his entire staff and everybody associated with him good luck. Right down to Sanchez. Gabby will take it himself. And there's one away. Well, McDonald's High School football returns to Root Sports every Thursday this fall. The action kicks off live 1 week from tonight, September 5th, as the Pine Richland Rams take on the Seneca Valley Raiders. Thursday, September 5th at 7 o'clock on Root Sports. It's the home of the championships. Whitfield Championships will be played at Heinz Field. That's what they play for. And there's a guy who played there for Pine Richland, representing the Rams in the Whitfield Championships in high school. Neil Walker was an exceptional football player. Actually was recruited several schools, including Pitt and Penn State.
Rumble up in the North Hills next Thursday.
There's a pitch to Gene Segura, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Walker was recruited as a tight end by at least one school. I think Penn State wanted him to be a tight end. He would have had to put on a little bit of weight.
Oh, trust me, that's not hard to do.
1-1, a bunt down to third. Pedro will field it. Throws on to first, too late, and a bunt base hit for Segura.
Gabby Sanchez trying to buy the call at first, but no sale with Brian Knight, first base umpire. He gets the ball down on the ground, and it's right at the pitcher, and not hard enough to get to the third baseman early enough. No chance at first. He's just too quick. Now with the Brewers having succeeded in their first steal attempt, I'd be surprised if Segura doesn't take off.
National League leader with 38 stolen bases. Got great speed. John Buck hoping to get a throw off this time. Segura wastes no time, and Lucroy fouls it back.
Segura going in, flaps down, and then realizing there's not going to be a play. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be hard to get him when he gets underway that quickly. We appreciate the foul ball.
Garrett Cole so far has given up 2 runs on 5 hits. First and Segura close. Remember, it was Segura who was at first in the first inning when Garrett Cole errantly threw over there, and Segura went all the way around to third base. Ended up scoring the first run of the ball game on a Lucroy RBI base hit.
And you want Garrett to put up a 0 right here. A little raggedy around the edges first 2 innings. So put up a 0, settle things down. Rough edges.
The throw to first.
Segura is one of those base stealers, 2 types. There are the base stealers that just have pure speed and don't have to take much of a lead, don't have to take much of a risk. And then there's the other guys that really depend primarily on break. Their timing needed to be really, really good. Have a sense of when the pitcher is going to make his decision to go to home plate.
Strike, and it's 0-2. For 1 with an RBI tonight for Lucroy.
He is grounded into 13 double plays.
Fouled off. Stays 0-2.
Mr. Lucroy has become a very accomplished major league performer. Catcher, he is steadily improved with his offensive work. Comes into the game with 17 home runs. Drove in that run you're talking about. Kind of a key stolen base. Not one of the real speedster. That referring to the first game of the series when the Brewers won it 7-6, creating a run.
And fights off the 0-2 pitch. Lucroy starting 107th game behind the plate this year. He's even played 3 games at first base. We talked about that revolving door at first. Lucroy's been out there. And prior to this year, he never appeared in a major league game at first. It's been all hands on deck for the Brewers. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So they're going to be trying to piece things together next year, get people healthy. And hope to have Ryan Braun back at some point.
Get Corey Hart, perhaps. His contract might have something different to say. Here's the 1-2. Nope, the throw to first again.
And Jeanette might have something to say about the future of Ricky Weeks.
Well, Jeanette's been more productive both ways, defensively and offensively, so he might earn himself a position. But the problem the Brewers have, Steve, is they owe $11 million to Ricky Weeks for next year. So you'd figure he's going to get every opportunity. 1-2.
Almost got him to bite.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
That's a situation that teams get into these days with those big salaries, those big contracts. Do you just honor them because they're so big, or do you take a chance and not have a guy play and sit on the bench and make a whole lot of money?
2-2, bouncer to second base. Walker flips to Mercer for 1. Double play. 14th time this year. Lucroy is grounded into 1. And the Pirates get out of the inning. Still 2-0 Brewers.
Pirates baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks!
Well, this little guy is hoisting the colors. Look at him.
He knows what he's doing. Rooting for his Buccos.
Quite a good tradition. It's our year, 2013. Pirates with 77 wins. Entering the ball game tonight, looking for number 78. With 29 games to play after tonight. This is regular season game number 133. Giovanni Gallardo facing the top of the Pirates order in the bottom of the third inning. Tabata takes a strike.
We've talked so many times and for so many years about meaningful baseball in September. Dig your heels in.
0-1. Jose takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Song's been on the rotunda every night. As we head into September, that message is clear. 1-1. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. That's what all teams want, Steve, isn't it? Play those meaningful games in September.
Yep.
A lot of teams will not be playing meaningful games in September. The Pirates are one team that will be. And as we approach,
it's just a great time of year. You know, there's action going on in the divisions, wild card interest. The weather gets really neat. Yeah, it's a nice time of the year. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
3-2 to Jose. Well, as we approach September, it's a couple of days away now. Sunday, September 1st. A lot of things can change in the game. In other words, if you're playing teams that don't have meaningful games, oftentimes you might be playing against AAA guys who are looking for a job. And that ball is going to be caught by Chris Davis. There's 1 out in the Pirates half of the third inning. Good play by Davis. Sundays are Kids Days at PNC Park. Join us this Sunday as the Bucks host the Cardinals at 1:35. All kids 14 and younger take home Pirates earbuds thanks to Chevrolet. Come early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street. Stay after. Kids get to run the bases. Tickets, pirates.com. And in September, Jason Grilli expects to rejoin the team. What date, we're not sure yet, but he pitched a simulated game yesterday, and he said all is well. Walker a base hit.
Oh boy, both of these balls tagged here in the bottom half of the third inning. Well hit. Ball by Tabata Rip. It's a nice play by Davis, and Neil Walker gives us that sound, that crack of the bat. You know, it's hit solid. That sound, every pitcher hates it. Every hitter loves it.
Andrew McCutchen coming to the plate, still sitting on 99 career home runs. His last home run came on the 13th at St. Louis.
We mentioned that Gallardo has given up 14 in his first 25 starts. It's not an exceptionally high number. A lot of balls fly out of that park he pitches in, the home park, Miller Park.
Strike 1 to Kutch. Kutch handcuffed on that pitch. 324 is his average. He tripled his first time up. One ball and 1 strike to McCutchen. Andrew, since the All-Star break, 373. 54 out of 143. Closer to 375 since the break. Throw to first base, and Walker dives back. Let's take a look at this AT&T tweet. You can tweet us, #BucksBooth, BP Kids Coach. You show the rotation of umpires during Kutch's triple. Home plate ump was at third at the end.
Yep, we can give you a breakdown of what they do. They're trained to do it.
Dan Sonia came down the third base line.
Okay, the second baseman goes out to center field to make sure that nothing bizarre goes on that he can't see. So nothing is needed at first base. So the first base umpire is going to home plate. Second place umpire is out there. Third base umpire is at second base. Home plate umpire at third. And then because there's nothing happening at first base, you got your first base umpire going in there. So they are trained what to do. And the reason it's all caused by the second base umpire. He needs to go out and see if anything crazy is happening in center field when that ball starts rolling to the wall. So he's out there, and that gives you three guys, and they know what to do.
Just wants to make sure the ball isn't trapped or anything like that. He's an eyewitness.
So you wind up with umpires covering the bases that could only be involved in the action because nothing's going to happen at first. So that guy at first can come home while everybody else moves around.
Go to first, and Walker again dives back. 1 out, 1 on for the Pirates, trailing 2-0, bottom of the third.
Home goes to third, first goes to second, second goes to the outfield, first base comes home.
It's like their version of a wheel play.
Yeah. And basically, that's what they do when they change from game to game. The guy from first comes in to work home plate, and they rotate from game to game that that way.
Giovanni Gallardo ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Count is even to Kutch. Kutch has hit safely in 21 of his last 25 games.
Pirates have had action, and now each one of the 3 early innings is going to break the ice.
2-2. 3-2. Now you'd figure the Pirates would start Walker, trying to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, so far a lot of contact by Pirate batters, just the 1 strikeout, so not a lot of swing and a miss stuff from Gallardo, and you figure Andrew to put the ball in play, so look for Neal to take off.
There goes Walker. Payoff pitch is popped up foul and out of play. What a month McCutcheon's having. We've talked about it before, Steve. His 2 best months of the year last year, June and July, and hopefully his 2 best months and plus would be August, September, and October.
Equal opportunity hitter.
Or Bucktober, as it should be called. 3-2. That one's down to shortstop. Quick flip. They get Walker. They get McCutcheon.
Yeah, hit
double
the ball
play.
too hard. Just hit it too well.
It's tattooed down to Segura. 6-4-3 ends the inning. No runs, a hit, and that's it.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin Mattress Stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Great shot of the city of Pittsburgh. Thursday night. But the score not so good right now. 2-0 over the Brewers. This is the rubber game of a 3-game series with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Neville. Robbie Ince-Mikowski downstairs for us. And Aramis Ramirez will lead off against Garrett Cole.
Garrett needs to put up another 0 for the Brewers at bay until the Pirates get on the board. He's been assisted by a couple double plays so far. That always helped.
Ramirez get into a double play. 0 for 1. Takes a strike.
Tim, good to see Mike Berger, old friend.
Yeah.
Mike works for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Great baseball family. His dad passed away several years ago. Jack, PR director of the Pirates for a lot of years. Really great man.
This one deep to center field, going back, and it is gone. A home run for Aramis Ramirez, his 9th of the year, and the Brewers now lead it 3-0. Things not going well for the youngster Cole.
And Aramis Ramirez is that strong. He continues to put up massive numbers against the Pittsburgh Pirates, his former team. Hit one in the first game of the series. Goes deep to the big part of the ballpark. Up and out over the plate. You can see the expression. Garrett Cole knows that he got a lot of it. And he did.
And Walker can't get that one, and Gomez has himself a second hit. He's 2 for 2. Seven hits now for Milwaukee. And this is what happened last time out for Cole. Cole had given up a number of base hits. The home run notwithstanding, but you have a double by Davis. Everything else is single.
And again, Garrett, good control. He has not walked a batter, but sometimes that real good control is strikes that are hittable strikes. Too many in that hitting zone.
Cole pitched last Wednesday at San Diego. Gave up 10 hits, a season high, career high, but 2 runs. Pirates couldn't get any runs for him, or enough runs. They lost that ball game 2-1, getting a late run in the 8th inning.
Take it.
Davis, an RBI double in the 2nd inning. This is a game the Pirates need to get. Rather be tied with the Cardinals than a game behind going into that series tomorrow night. Even though coming into the game tonight they had hit 28 base hits, or 28 hits anyway, in 2 games, they'd hope to continue to hit, but so far Gallardo's held him to just 4 hits. No runs yet.
You're right. Yeah, worst case scenario, you're a game out, but you'd love to win this one, get up that half game, and go into them, go into that series with them head to head, dead even.
Pitch out, nothing on. And the way the schedule sits, remember the Pirates will go into St. Louis again next week, and they'll wrap up the season series against the Cardinals. They'll have 3 more against Milwaukee in Milwaukee, then next weekend in St. Louis, before having to play 3 interleague games at Texas. Now that's going to make you feel happy, Steve. September interleague baseball. You're in a pennant race. You're going to take on a division leader in the Rangers.
I'd rather be playing against all of our division people, but not that way. And Garrett Cole, I think, would need to get an out here, another base hit, not that he's going to be removed from the game, but another base hit, you would think that the phone would ring down in the bullpen, just because you don't want to let this thing get out of hand.
To center field, and McCutchen waits for it. Davis is out. And there's now one out in the Milwaukee half of the fourth. Here comes Caleb Gindel. Time for the whiff, brought to you by Head and Shoulders, now with Old Spice.
Garrett Cole has struck out one batter downstairs. Up on attempt. And then he goes back upstairs. So yeah, goes from downstairs to upstairs and gets him to chase. Sometimes you get a guy looking down there, get his mind downstairs looking for pitches low. You go upstairs and you surprise him. Can't resist the temptation.
One out and one on. Middle infield at double play depth. Gindel takes low. 1-0. Gindel made his major league debut on the 15th of June at Cincinnati. Struck out as a pinch hitter against Homer Bailey. Bailey struck out a lot of guys. One 0. 2 balls, no strikes. Bailey got an easy one last night, didn't he?
It did. You know, I'm thinking about that game last night. Wainwright, I think, just went to 2 innings, giving up 9 runs. I'm wondering if Mike Matheny would come back with him and start Sunday's game against the Pirates. I don't know if that's being considered or not.
Foul back. Still no word on who will start for the Pirates on Sunday. When Hurdle was asked the question prior to the game today.
Welcome to Mystery Day.
Again, Sunday is September 1st. That's the day the rosters expand. It will not be Jeff Locke. We know that. Locke has been sent to Double-A. They're going to skip a start, essentially, basically. And by sending him to Double-A, it just opened up a roster spot for either Bird or Buck. Sanchez going with him. That opened up the other spot. Two balls and a strike to Caleb Gindel. We know 2/3 of the probables for the Cardinals series. Three and one. Pitches for Cole, 32 of them for strikes.
To this point, it has been a laboring evening for Garrett.
And he's walked it. Let's take a look at the road ahead for the Pirates. Brought to you by Nissan. Big series starting tomorrow night. Cardinals coming to town. Game 1 of the series. Shelby Miller, he's been doing very well, rookie for the Redbirds. He's 12-8, 290 his earned run average. For the Pirates, it'll be Francisco Liriano, 14-6, 274. Then Saturday, the matchup will be Lance Lynn and A.J. Burnett. Neither team has yet to name a starter for Sunday.
Good matchups. Good action coming up on the weekend.
This series comes out to talk with Garrett Cole after the walk to Gindel.
And there is telephone communication in the Pirate bullpen.
Bullpen getting active. So Ray delivered a message. Charlie Morton last night had another good outing. Went to 6-3 after going 6 2/3, giving up 1 unearned run. So he's had 3 very good outings in a row. He's becoming very consistent. Really, that's something the Pirates need to see out of him. That's been terrific news to see what Charlie's been doing. Juan Francisco batting with 2 on and 1 out.
And there's always an ebb and flow in the starting rotation. Right now, Charlie Morton is the best starter the Pirates have right now. And that's not to say the other ones are good. They've all kind of had their moments and stretches of very good pitching. Right now, Charlie's got it going.
Genmar Gomez loosening up.
He has been a star in his own right, doing a lot of different things for the Pirates.
He's been very good in the long man role. He also filled in on the rotation for a while very effectively after James McDonald went down due to injury. Francisco bouncer towards short. Mercer flips to Walker for 1. The turn, double play.
Oh boy, that could not have come at a better time.
Outstanding work by Mercer to start that twin killing. 3-0 Brewers heading to the bottom of the 4th. Work injury update. Wandy Rodriguez got some good news from noted surgeon Dr. James Andrews earlier this week. A second opinion confirmed what the Pirates doctors had been saying. That Wandy did not require surgery, but he did find inflammation in his left forearm. Out there tossing today and may even begin a rehab assignment soon. So good news for Wandy Rodriguez. Also yesterday, Starling Marte, who's sitting next to him, started to swing with one hand in the batting cage. And Clint Hurdle said today that he'll probably take some dry swings and start swinging with 2 hands. And he might even see a rehab stint toward the end of next week. That was a speculative comment by the manager today. But Marte on the road back from the ligament injury in his hand. 0-1 to Pedro Alvarez. Pirates down by 3. Bottom of the 4th. Now Bucks need to get the bats going. They had 2 hits in the second inning, and that's the only inning they've had multiple hits in. A triple by McCutchen in the first, a single by Walker in the third, and hits by Bird and Buck in the second inning. 0-2 now to Pedro. And you see that sign right there? Youngster made that. It said, "Get better, Starling." A young fan. Spent a lot of time and made that for Marte, who came over and got it. Now he's showing it off. Liked it so much he hung it up in the dugout.
Get well soon. That's what you call a personalized get well card.
One ball, 2 strikes to Pedro. Still 1-2.
3-0 Brewers as we play in the 4th inning, and the Pirates have been kept in this ball game by 3 double plays. First 4 innings, 3 double plays turned behind Garrett Cole, and that has kind of kept it somewhat under control and not allowed the Brewers to really break out and do some serious damage.
Pedro went after the high pitch and strikes out. He's 0 for 2.
Upstairs.
Garrett will now face Marlon Byrd. Byrd is 1 for 1 tonight. A base hit to right field to lead off the second inning. Byrd appreciative of the standing ovation he got when he struck out last night after a 14-pitch at bat against Tom Gorzolani. We've never had that happen before. Chances are, if you play in New York like he just was and you strike out, you're not getting a standing O. Or Philadelphia, where he broke in.
You got that right.
But it was because he had a 14-pitch at bat, kept fouling off pitch after pitch. It was a situation that Byrd didn't win the battle, but it helped the Pirates ultimately win the war.
Yep. Well, the thing is, if you're in Pittsburgh, you are going to get appreciated for effort. You know, even though it's an at bat, the effort was there through 14 pitches.
Well, a testament to a lot of knowledgeable fans here too, who understand what he did. Chopper to third base, charging is Ramirez, and Byrd is out. Aerial coverage provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. DirecTV Blip with spectacular shots from overhead tonight.
Yep, that's the illuminated gem on the North Shore.
Two outs, bases empty for Gabby Sanchez. Strike one. Gabby reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. 0 for 1 tonight.
Let's give these knowledgeable fans something to cheer about. They've kind of been sitting on their hands for the first 3+ innings. They've been waiting for things to happen here at PNC Park, and throughout this season a lot of good things have happened in this yard. The Pirates have really played good home baseball, and their record shows it.
4-game hitting streak for Gabby. 462 during that time. 2-1. He's been getting a little extra time at first base. Pirates hoping he could start swinging the power bat a little bit more later in the season. 3-1. Gallardo, 27 years of age, making his 174th career start tonight. He's 78-52 in his career. Two to Sanchez. Hitting coach Jay Bell taking a note of what he's facing here tonight in Gallardo. Three-two. Ball 4, and the Pirates with a man aboard.
First walk.
Some swashbucklers out in the bleachers tonight.
See, one of the great things, those are young Pirate fans. They have not seen a winning season. They have bought into this program this year. Great to see. Young Corsairs.
John Buck 1 for 1. 2 outs and a man on. And Buck up the middle. He's 2 for 2.
Little B&B for the Bucks late August. Bird. Buck.
He Keeps doing that. We'll call him Bucko. A base hit for the Pirate catcher. This will bring the tying run to the plate now as Buck is at first. Sanchez at second. And Jordy Mercer.
And nobody in the on-deck circle currently as Gomez continues to warm up.
Did he go or not? They want an appeal, and Brian Knight, first base umpire, says that's ball one.
Just to get you up to date on the on-deck circle, there's Garrett Cole out there now.
Two on and two out. 1-0 coming to Jordy. Up and in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Once again, the Pirates have created action, but they have not crossed home plate.
So I ask you, you know, Cole comes out to the on-deck circle later. Why do you pitchers wait so long to come out?
I don't know. I was always anxious to get out there, thinking maybe I could persuade just visually my manager to let me stay in the ball game. I got out there as quickly as I could. Maybe I was thinking about how stupid I was. Maybe if he sees me out there, he'll change his mind and
oh yeah,
let
right.
me hit. Yeah, right.
He's already out there anyway. You may as well let him hit. Doesn't matter what the game situation is, does it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So many times you're out there as decoration.
Fans of Garrett Cole, Cole 45 t-shirts. Sanchez off of second base and Buck off of first. Oh, inside to Mercer. It's called a strike.
It's the second time that Jordy has not been pleased with an inside delivery.
Gallardo's getting a wide plate tonight.
That's the same pitch that was called on Jordy first at bat.
2-2.
So what can you do about it? Nothing. Nothing. That's a strike. It's always going to be a strike. Get ready for this.
It's outside. Count full. Runners will go. 67 pitches now for Giovanni Gallardo.
And those pivotal deliveries coming up for both Gallardo and the Pirates.
Gallardo 9-9 this year. His ERA higher than normal at 4.61. Payoff pitch to Mercer. And strike 3 is called, and Jordy having words with Dan Iasoni, the home plate umpire. Still 3-0 Brewers after 4 full at PNC Park. 5 hits for the Pirates. Great shot through the rotunda of the Clemente Bridge crossing the Allegheny. Garrett Cole back out there to start the 5th, and he was helped out last inning by a double play hit into by Juan Francisco.
Really good play. Cole is appreciative of the 3rd double play turn. And really nice work because Mercer has to go in the hole and Walker has to kind of slide by towards shortstop and throw the ball back across his body, and they find a way to get it done. 3 double plays to keep it at minimal damage. Really a nice double play turn.
Jordy Mercer, a good job defensively tonight. Probably a bit frustrated at the plate.
Yeah, that call 3rd strike, the last pitch delivered in the bottom of the 4th inning. Call 3rd strike, but a tough pitch to take because Isonia is calling the inside pitches. So you see Lucroy move over. It's a tough take only because Gallardo is getting the call in that neighborhood. Getting the calls.
Saw the 6th pitch, which was the strikeout on the 4th pitch. That was below it and even farther inside. That was also a called strike to Mercer in that at bat. 0-2 to Gallardo. Did he go? No. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gallardo bounced out to Pedro Alvarez at 3rd base in the 2nd inning. And now he strikes out. 1 out in the Milwaukee 5th. Garrett Cole gets just his 2nd strikeout tonight. Another great overhead shot from the DirecTV blimp. He is patrolling the North Shore in downtown Pittsburgh tonight. They will be here all weekend for us through the Cardinal series as well. So we'll have some spectacular pictures to send home to you.
It is going to be a wild weekend at PNC Park. It is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. You'd love to go into that with a win here, but the Pirates have an uphill battle. Ball game not out of hand by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, if you're coming down, and a lot of you are, plan for it. Come down early.
Yeah.
Jeanette a base hit, his 2nd of the ball game.
Right over the head of Garrett Cole.
Another single up the middle for Scooter Jeanette.
Keep your eye on the Pirate pitcher as he gets out of the way. So he's protecting himself initially, but then feeling the frustration secondarily.
It's the 8th hit he's given up.
And I would think here in the 5th inning it'd be somewhat of a short leash as the Brewers get into the big part of their batting order. And another hit given up by Garrett. And Segura has got the great speed, tough to double up. Pedro Alvarez very short in at 3rd base. Dare we think of another double play? It'd be tough to turn with Segura. We found that out in the 1st inning.
Pirates have turned 3 of them. Segura would have to hit the ball really hard. The way that McCutchen hit the ball to him when McCutchen was doubled up.
Exactly.
Catch hit a rocket to the shortstop in the 3rd inning with Walker at 1st and 1 out. Turned into an easy double play for the Brewers with Segura making the initial play starting off the twin kill. Strike call as Cole gets the inside part of the plate now.
And what you have to do, you have to deal with it. If he's going to call those pitches strikes, both as a pitcher, you want to work with it like that. And as a batter, you can't take too many. I mean, that's just the way it is, whether you like it or not. That's the reality of the strike zone that Dan has tonight.
Plate is wide. Pitchers like that.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't have to throw it over any part of the plate. Get a strike.
That's what Steve Carlton used to say. I'm not going to throw a strike until they force me to.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Why would you?
The irony of this whole thing with Segura, with his great speed, he's hit into 14 double plays. How does that work?
2-1 pitch from Cole to Segura. Will wait to throw to first instead. And Scooter Gennett dives back. Pirates trailing 3-0, top of the 5th inning. Series is even at a game apiece. Pirates are 10-5 against the Brewers this year. 2-1, a bouncer to short. Mercer flips to Walker. Double play.
Again, just keep turning them.
4th double play the Pirates have pulled off tonight. Now they need to go get some hits for Garrett Cole. Automotive this day in Pirates history. On this date in 2000, the Pirates beat the Giants 8-0 as Chris Benson pitched 8 shutout innings for the Bucks. Barry Bonds singled off Chris in the first, but it was the last hit he allowed as he struck out 7 in his 8 innings of work and earned his 9th win of the season. Josiah Spanzanillo pitched a hitless 9th to finish the game. Thanks to Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. With Steve Blass and Robbie Ince-Mikowski, Tim Neverett at PNC Park. 3-0 Brewers.
That was only 13 years ago.
Only. Yeah. Seems like yesterday.
Chris Benson and Josiah Manzanillo.
Garrett Cole leads off. Trying to get on base somehow. Takes a strike. It'll be Cole, then back to the top of the order. Jose Tabata and Neil Walker. Pirates trying to find a way to get that 0 off the scoreboard against Gallardo. Pitch outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike pitch. It's 2-1 now to Cole. Cole struck out swinging in the second. He's 0 for 1. 5 for 24 on the season. Agreeing with the pitch from Lucroy. Delivers outside, 3-1. Maybe, just maybe, Cole gets a free pass to start the inning. See him swinging here at all?
Oh yeah. Maybe not.
Now maybe on a 3-2 count.
Yeah.
Comes the payoff from Gallardo. And Cole strikes out for the second time. 1 down for the Pirates in the bottom of the 5th. Tomorrow night, a free shirt Friday when the Cardinals come to town. 7:05, the first pitch at PNC Park. All fans take home a Pirates t-shirt at the gates, courtesy of Remax. Get to Federal Street before the game for a Budweiser block party featuring local live music, and you can meet former Pirate and current broadcaster John Wehner at the Budweiser bar. For tickets, go to pirates.com/free shirt Friday.
The Rock will be in the building.
Rock's going to be out socializing.
Outside the building.
Yep. So make sure you go and say hello to Rock tomorrow. No balls and 1 strike to top it, a 1 out. Jose now 0-2. I'm sure John will have a good time at the park tomorrow night.
Oh yeah. Yep. Be hosting. He knows about service and how to entertain, how to host.
He knows all about that stuff. Now, that's the other Rock right there. So,
Bill Schroeder.
Bill Schroeder, the Brewers broadcaster, working with Brian Anderson. His name is Rock too. So sometimes when the Brewers and Pirates get together, you'll hear Rock, and both of them will turn around.
Yeah.
Jose strikes out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Gallardo.
He's picking up the strikeout pace.
There's
2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th.
Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, doing radio for the Brewers.
Good to see Bob on the trip, feeling better. With some health challenges and issues. He is one great guy.
Neil Walker batting with nobody on and 2 men out.
Bob Uecker has a statue.
He does. He's got a statue that was dedicated to him last season outside of Miller Park. They carried the dedication on live television in Milwaukee.
He has been the man there.
They brought in a lot of dignitaries to basically roast him, and he does a good enough job on himself.
Oh, he's got that great self-deprecating humor.
Strike is called to Walker.
Remember his Hall of Fame speech when he was dug. He said, "It's great to be here, but I thought I would make it as a player." He had a challenging playing career.
1-1 pitch. Walker skies this one to shallow left. Segura, the shortstop, out, still drifting, calls off Davis and makes the catch. Pirates gone in order in the 5th. They go to the 6th. 3-0 Milwaukee.
Fountain all lit up tonight, looking beautiful, and Two guys in the minor league system that made a good point this year from the West Virginia Power, Josh Bell and Tyler Glasnow, selected to the postseason South Atlantic League All-Star team. Josh Bell, you remember, was a second-round draft pick in 2011. Great numbers, helping them in a playoff chase right now. Josh Bell is with that, and Glasnow, the strikeout numbers were off the charts, 160 strikeouts. That set a West Virginia Power record. And Tim and Steve, you remember Josh Bell? The biggest issue with him was injury. He had a big knee surgery a couple years ago when he was just drafted. And Neil Huntington told me earlier today that he was able to, the key with Bell this season, they nursed him like a pitcher a little bit. They gave him a day here, they gave him a day there. Whenever he needed his proper rest, they wanted to kind of nurse him along to see how he would feel and what level he would produce playing a full season with that knee. He said everything checked out fine, and he's feeling great, and he's ready to continue this run here for the West Virginia Power. So good news, more good news, I should say, down on the farm for the Buccos.
Yeah, Bell's recovered from that surgery last year. The Power getting close to clinching a playoff spot in the Sally League. That's also good news. 0-1 to Lucroy. Pops this one up to the right side of the infield. Neil Walker will corral it. There's one out. One gone for the Brewers in the 6th. A little too early for the Shark Tank, but
It's ferocious.
that is ferocious.
Looks like he's had a very satisfying lunch.
3D t-shirt. You don't want to be in there.
No.
You're not coming out if you go in there. There's Ramos Ramirez. Fouls this one off for strike one.
Garrett Cole hanging in there. It's a 3-0 ball game. He's not let the game get out of hand. Although, you know, you get the idea with what Gallardo did in the 4th and 5th, and you can see this with really good major league pitchers. At some point, you can almost sense they're taking control of the ball game. Gallardo is looking like that right now.
Signed to Ramirez, 1-1. Ramirez hit into a double play in the 1st inning. Hit a solo home run in the 4th, his 2nd home run of the series. Has 9 on the year, 36 runs batted in. Cole gets ahead of him 1-2. Giovanni Gallardo taking a bit of a break in a Brewer dugout.
Very impressive bottom of the 5th inning with a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. 2 strikeouts in the 4th. But work to be done here in the top of the 6th. Put another 0 up. 96-mile-an-hour fastball delivered by Garrett Cole. Double your defense tonight with the 4 double plays.
2-2 to Ramirez. Garrett Cole has given up 8 hits tonight, including the home run to Ramirez. And he gets him here. Strikeout number 3. 2 men out. Cole comes back in the 6th. Have a strong start in the inning.
You kind of tip your cap to Garrett because he has kept it together, and it's not been just squeaky clean. It's a strikeout of Ramirez there, and still dealing, still pitching in the 6th inning in a ball game that has not been determined yet, not in the books by any means.
Strike one to Gomez. He is 2 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base tonight. 289 is his average. He has 18 homers on the board. Ground ball toward Mercer. And a clean inning for Garrett Cole. Brewers go down 1-2-3. McCutchen, Alvarez, and Bird coming up for the Pirates.
All on Root Sports is brought to you by Kia. To learn more, visit pghkiadealers.com and by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. One of the boats moored on the North Shore on a river walk. Jolly Rogers flying tonight. We want to see more of those. Pirates trying to get some runs, trying to find a way to get to Giovanni Gallardo tonight. Garrett Cole, a pretty good inning in the 6th. Retiring the side in order and getting a strikeout of Aramis Ramirez.
Yeah, you got to find something to jumpstart this crowd. Andrew has a tendency to do that quite often.
Do it. Facing 3 infielders on the left side again. That's how the Brewers will shift for him. And he hits it right into the glove of Ramirez. Right on the screws, right at Ramirez. 1 out.
It's about as hard as he hit that double play ball back in the 3rd inning.
He is hitting everything on the nose, and that was an atom ball. So 1 out. Cut's still wondering, what do I have to do?
What you have to do is just keep hitting the ball that hard, and it'll work out.
Pedro looking to hit one hard. Takes a ball. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He's 0 for his last 6. His last hit came in the 7th inning on Tuesday night in Game 1 of this series when he hit his 32nd home run of the season, clanging it off the right field foul pole. This one hard foul out of play. Among third baseman, he's just 2 behind Aramis Ramirez on the Pirates all-time single season list. It appears as though he'll catch him. Bobby Bonilla at 24 and Jim Morrison in 1986 with 23. Ground ball to Segura, who is shifted over toward the second base position. He throws him out, 2 gone. 6-3 on the putout, even though Segura was over where Scooter Gennett normally plays. And that was out short right field in the shift.
And when a guy like Gallardo is dealing like this, you have a tendency to look up at the pitch count. Can we get him out of there, get into the bullpen, see if we can do any work against them? But right now he is pitching very well. He's kind of found his groove. That body language, even moving around the mound, like at this point, at least he's in control of this thing.
Bird is 1 for 2. Ball 1 to Marlin.
And this is a guy that's he's not one of those flamethrowers. I mean, he'll get up there 91, 92, maybe 93 miles an hour, but he doesn't have to throw it 97 or 98 miles an hour to be successful. He's proven that the last 4 years.
This one hit well to left field, but drifting back is Davis, and he will make the catch. Ball came back a little bit. Pirates gone in order for the 2nd straight inning. Gallardo has retired 7 in a row. Catch the rest of the season in HD quality. Watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.tv today. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. I'll be Vince McCoskey. There is a special viewer watching on MLB.tv tonight.
There is, and that is in the state of Nevada, way out west. That is Mrs. Josephine Searage, mother of Pirates pitching coach Ray Searage. If you look above Ray's right ear, I don't know how close we can get, but it says, "Love, Mom," a heart sign and mom. And Josephine Searage is recovering from a knee replacement. 86 years of age, still going strong. And Mrs. Searage, Ray wanted me to tell you, he's thinking about you each and every day. He's got you on his hat. Been there about a week. This is the second time he's put it on his hat, but hey, he never forgets about you, Mom, and he's thinking about you right now, and he wanted me to get that message out to you. And best of luck from all of us for speedy recovery with that knee replacement.
A good pitching coach, a good man. Got to spend a little time with Ray Searage. You enjoy the company.
Chris Davis leads off for the Brewers. 1-0 pitch. Garrett Cole. It's inside 2-0.
By the way, just when Ramos Ramirez was hitting that home run, we were talking about the Berger family. So I want to send along a shout out to say hello to Nell Berger, Mike's mom.
There's a bounce to Pedro. 1 out.
Those are neat ladies in baseball.
I met Mike a long time ago.
Yep.
When he was in Double-A.
Yep.
I first started with the Nashua Pirates in New Hampshire when they were in the Eastern League, and Mike was.
It was just last Thursday, wasn't it?
It was not. It was one of those. I think 1985.
Yep. Yep. Nell, Mike is doing just fine.
I was 4 years old broadcasting those games.
I'll bet. I'll bet.
Caleb Gindel takes a strike. Mike was one of our players that year. Also a couple other guys you might know. Felix Fermin, Bobby Bonilla, Bib Roberts, Josias Manzanillo, who we just talked about.
Man's a very animated pitcher, as we all remember.
But Mike was very popular. Still remembered there. To left field, and Tabata circles behind it. 2 down. Take a look at Garrett Cole's reaction here.
Disappointed in that pitch. I thought it was down and in. Kind of jammed him up a little bit. Had to try to fight it off. He has pretty high standards for himself.
#1 overall pick in 2011 out of UCLA.
And he has worked very hard tonight.
Pitch to Francisco. And he belts this one a long way. Foul.
His pitch count is okay because he has had 3 innings where he has faced just 3 batters with the help of those double plays and a couple of times, and then the 1-2-3-6, and has a chance to have a 1-2-3-7. So he has certainly got it together. And sometimes it just takes you long enough during the course of a game if you're able to stay in. Okay, I can get in a groove. Now there may have been some damage done early, but he continues to be out there and he continues to work hard, and he has gotten it together.
A 9-pitch inning for Garrett Cole. He has retired the side in order 2 straight innings. Stretch time at PNC Park. Brewers leading 3-0. We're going to keep you right here at PNC Park.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch.
shots from the Allegheny Health Network Super Mode tonight. It's time to sit down and catch the bottom of the 7th inning. Pirates looking for some runs. Still not on the scoreboard. Giovanni Gallardo has been keeping the Bucks off the board. Maybe a little exercise will help.
Yep.
Gabby Sanchez will lead off. 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. No balls and 1 strike. Maybe this is the inning the Pirates can finally get to him.
Yeah, we saw one of the graphics, Jim Morrison. We got to break on through to the other side.
Very
Dora's
good.
song.
Very good.
Break on through the scoreboard.
Jim Morrison would come to the plate. The organist Vince Lashide would play "Light My Fire."
Yep. But people are strange.
Justin Wilson. He's got fire in his left arm. Warming up. 2-1 pitch to Gabby. 3-1.
Base runners. Base runners.
Three balls, 1 strike to Gabby. Sanchez drills this one to center field. Back it goes, and it is going to be caught against the wall by Gomez.
Wrong part of the ballpark, or we are on the board. Got a lot of it. Last night, that would have been up in the shrubbery.
Balls were carrying better last night. Look at this shot from the DirecTV blimp. Just a few feet in front of that corner at 399. Gomez hauls it in, and there's 1 out. Gabby gave it a ride. Couldn't get it out. There's Buck, 2 for 2. Ground ball left side. He's 3 for 3.
Bucko John.
With more on John Buck, here's Robbie.
Well, guys, we talked about Dan Marino being a good baseball player in high school and ended up having a Hall of Fame football career. How about John Buck? He was a football and baseball player himself, but he opted to play baseball instead of football, and that was on the advice of his cousin and his uncle. Now, his cousin is a guy named Jason Buck, who played on the Cincinnati Bengals back when they made the Super Bowl back against Joe Montana. You remember the Montana to Taylor pass going across the middle of the end zone? Well, Buck's cousin was on that Bengals team. I don't know if he was on the field at the time, but anyways, they said, look, you're not taking hits every day. It's like taking 50, 100 train wrecks a day. We want you to play baseball. We want you to have your body intact after a while. And also, the Players Union is so much better in baseball than it is in football. And obviously, Buck's seen proof of that with him getting traded. And we talked about last night the Mets picking up the lease for both Buck and Marlon Byrd. But it was a tough decision for him as he was a football star as well in high school.
Mercer, 6 for 3. Double play ends the inning. Pitcher's best friend, and Giovanni Gallardo had one that time as Mercer grounds into the double play. John Buck, though, 3 for 3. Pirates still without a run.
presented by authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Between innings, Brewers starting pitcher Yovani Gallardo speaking with Ron Renicky, the manager. Looks like Gallardo wants to continue.
And so does Garrett Cole.
So Cole will start the 8th through 7. 3 runs, 2 earned on 8 hits. Walked 1 and struck out 4. It's been a serviceable performance, but he just hasn't had any run support behind him.
This would be his first game of going 8 innings. Looking at his chart.
I mean, right now he's in a quality start situation.
He has.
She didn't get all dressed up for nothing, Steve. She wants a win.
Looking good. Looking good. And Garrett has gone 7 innings twice.
Well, Gallardo will not stay in. A pinch hitter will come up instead. Norichika Aoki, who did not start tonight, normally the starting right fielder. Aoki will bat for Gallardo, whose night comes to a conclusion. Pitch to Aoki in for a strike. Gallardo putting his helmet and bat away. Dan Finnegan, 76-78. Hey guys, I know Gallardo is good, but what's he doing so well? The hitters can't make good contact.
Well, one of the things, you can go right back to basics, and it sounds like an oversimplification. He's making good pitches. He's staying out of the real good part of the hitting zone, the real good part of the strike zone. And again, he's not overpowering, but I don't know how else to describe pitchers that are doing a good job not striking people out, other than they're making quality pitches, and especially when they have to. It's not dazzling. It doesn't dazzle you with speed. But, if you're getting outs for 7 innings and you're keeping a major league team off the scoreboard, I don't care who they are, you're simply making good pitches, changing speeds, mixing it up.
Foul tip into the glove of Buck. And it's 3-2. Brandon Kinsler warming up.
Trying to get them to Henderson.
(3-2). Okay, slaps this one foul.
Henderson, very, very impressive first game of the series when Brewers won 7-6 with a lot of speed. 96, 97.
Well, those are your starting pitchers. Gallardo's already out of the game. This should be it for Garrett Cole with his spot leading off the bottom of the 8th.
Gallardo can win it, can't lose it.
To the left side, Alvarez spinning, throwing, got him.
Pretty play by Pedro. Just wide of third base. Has to turn. Not too much time to set himself, but finds the accurate lane over to first base.
Aoki limping into the dugout, came up a little bit lame after his sprint down to first. Scooter Gennett, the leadoff man, now up, and Aoki walking gingerly in the Brewers dugout, heading down the tunnel.
I'd like to see Garrett Cole put a nice finish on his outing. He really has worked hard to keep it together. One base runner in the last 4 innings for Garrett. There's the Gennett base hit, but he was erased with a double play that Segura hit into.
1-1 pitch to Gennett. Now it's 1-2. Gennett singled in the first inning. grounded out to first base in the third and then singled again in the fifth. Both of his base hits have been up the middle.
And Cole working in the 8th inning, still well under 100 pitches delivered. This will be number 93.
Fouled it off. Fought that pitch off.
Self-preservation there. Get the bat on the ball, keep it away from your head.
Ray Surge keeping an eye on the pitch count. Cole has only gone over 100 pitches once. That was on the 2nd of this month when he threw 102 pitches in a loss against the Colorado Rockies. 5 1/3.
And that last pitch still delivered here in the 8th inning at 97 miles an hour. I mean, physically, Garrett Cole is a stud. I mean, he's put together like a young Roger Clemens.
3-2 now to Jeanette. The strikes to balls ratio is pretty good on 95 pitches. 60 of the 95 pitches are good for strikes. Here's the payoff. And Jeanette lines one off the tip of the glove of Mercer in the left center. 3-hit night for Jeanette.
That might be enough for Garrett Cole. Yep, John Buck jumping up, trying to help his shortstop elevate. Almost. How about one more double play? Because he is close to being removed from this game as he throws 97th pitch.
The Pirates have turned 4 double plays behind Garrett Cole tonight. Segura has hit into one of them his last time up in the 5th with Jeanette aboard. Jeanette goes, and this one is gapped to right center field. Marlon Byrd guns it into second base, and Brewers now with 1 out. Would have had runners at the corners, but the ball got through. Cole backing up and taking the extra base is Segura. Not good right there. Instead of keeping the force play in order now, they've got 2 men in scoring position.
Just kind of getting through the wicket. And a gift, 90 feet.
Right through the legs of Walker, and that is going to chase Garrett Cole. Cole will leave after 7 1/3. He's responsible for 2 men on base. Pirates didn't get him any run support tonight. 3-0 Brewers. One out, 2 on, 3-0. Here's the score in favor of the visiting Brewers. And they've chased Garrett Cole out of the ball game after 7 1/3 innings. Take you from the DirecTV blimp on the North Shore and into PNC Park once again. Ryan Morris takes over for the Pirates. Young right-hander making his 45th appearance. Morris will face Jonathan Lucroy of the Brewers. ERA of .316. So Morris takes over. Cole is out. Cole on the hook right now. Second straight outing that Cole has given up 10 base hits.
Pirates will now squeeze up the infield and try to keep it at a 3-0 game.
Cole 10 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. That's to the moment. He's still responsible for Jeanette at third base and Segura at second. The error charged to Marlon Byrd on the throw. That allowed Segura to move from first to second. So now the infield will come in, try to cut down the run. 1 out, Lucroy up. Lucroy's got an RBI already tonight with a single in the first. Morris throws it by him for a strike.
Interesting scoring decision. I thought I saw with the naked eye the ball go through the legs of Neil Walker, but that's secondary concern. Segura got to second base.
Balls are going to come in on a hop from outfielders often, and infielders have to block those. And like you, surprised that Bird got the error, but either way, an error is an error, and a runner moved up.
Ryan Morris out in front, 0-2. He got a chance to work around the strike zone, get him to chase something, get a strikeout out in front. He's got some wiggle room. He's got first base open.
Nothing in 2 to Lucroy. Still nothing in 2. Washington Nationals a 9-0 lead over Miami late in that ball game. DC. Atlanta still ahead of Cleveland in interleague play, and the Mets pounded Philly earlier today. Light card of action in the National League. American League has a few games as well. Thursday night. Thursday is one of the rotating travel days. So a lot of teams play series Monday through Wednesday or Monday through Thursday day and then travel for the weekend series. 0-2 pitch. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 11-3. The Mets beat the Phils. 3-1. Atlanta beats Cleveland in interleague play.
Well, there you see a crowded infield with base runners, infielders, pitcher, catcher, umpire. Busy place.
A stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Down to third base. Alvarez fields it and throws to first, but a foul ball is called. Pedro just went through and made the play and let the umpires make the call.
Yeah, and that was going to be a difficult situation and kind of a late call of fair or foul. And Pedro never really had a grip on the ball initially.
Home plate umpire Dan Iasonia, looking down the line, made the call.
Brian still trying to find a strikeout delivery to Lucroy. That's exactly what you're looking for right now. Leave these runners where they are, get another out, leave them again. See what you can do with Gallardo out of the ball game.
To shallow right center. McCutchen on the run. He'll make the catch. Jeanette trying it. He's going to score. Scooter Jeanette scoots home and makes it a 4-0 Milwaukee lead.
Big run for the Brewers. Not quite shallow enough. Never had to go over. Does a good job getting it into home plate, but Jeanette has the good speed, and well, John Buck has to reach over a little bit up the first base line. He finds a way to sneak in the back door.
The drive-by slide.
Yep, those players running down the third baseline, they can see exactly what the catcher's doing. If he has to move it at all up the first base side, well, that leaves them all that room behind the catcher.
2 outs, runner at second. Ramos Ramirez facing Morris. That run charged to Garrett Cole, so now 4 runs, 3 of those earned. All he can do is sit and watch right now. And the error charged to Bird had nothing to do with that run, so that's an earned run. Ball and 1 strike to Ramirez. Ramos homered in the 4th. A late start due to injury this season. Coming on late for Milwaukee. Here was the bat they brought in from the Cubs to play one of the corner infield spots that was supposed to provide the RBIs that Prince Fielder left behind when he went to the Tigers 2 seasons ago. Hasn't quite worked out that way, although Ramirez did have a good first season with the Brewers. And Morris and Buck having a conversation. Four runs on 10 hits for the Brewers. No runs on 6 hits for the Pirates tonight.
Quiet night after a lot of offense. What, the 28 base hits first 2 games of the series? Gallardo has been tough on the Pirates career-wise, and especially tough tonight.
Pitch a strike called, 1-2. To Ramirez. Pirates will have a pinch hitter leading off the bottom of the 8th inning. Then it'll be the top of the order, Tabata and Walker. Right to Walker. And the Pirates to the bat rack in the bottom of the 8th. Another run comes in for Milwaukee. It's now 4-0 Brewers. Dan Marino starting us off there. Saying, let's go Bucks. And throughout the first pitch here tonight at PNC Park. Pirates try not to let them down, or any of their fans tonight, as they look for a way to get now to the Milwaukee bullpens. Brandon Kinsler comes on to take over for Giovanni Gallardo. 4-0 Milwaukee lead. Yuniesky Betancourt comes in to play first base as Kinsler comes on to pitch.
Gallardo, the 7 scoreless innings, 6 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts. Kinsler, ERA under 3. 61 innings, 50 strikeouts. Felix PA going to give it a try.
PA's been pretty good in the pinch hitting role. Left-handed batter gives the Pirates an option off the bench. Guy who's been in the big leagues for a little while, although it had been 2 years the day he was called up to the Pirates in San Diego. PA belts one to center field, but Gomez is going to catch up to it right in front of the track. 1 out. Gone for the Pirates in the bottom half of the 8th inning. PA gives him an interesting option off the bench. Guy who can do a few things in terms of playing the outfield, being a left-handed bat.
Still got some speed.
Yeah, be a good pinch running option. PA, who spent the majority of the season in the minor leagues, now will be here for the duration. Be with the Bucks the rest of the way. It'll be kind of gratifying for him. He had a good spring. Jose Tabata hits it right to Betancourt for the out. 2 gone. PA had a good spring. Didn't make the club. Was disappointed. Went down to Indianapolis. Did everything he could do there. Certainly was recognized. The Pirates brought him up late. Now he'll finish the season in the big leagues. Two down for Neil Walker.
And if they don't get something going here with 2 outs, it's going to be a tough task. Mr. Henderson has been very effective.
Appeal at third, and the third base umpire Jerry Davis rings up a strike. 0-1 to Walker. Ball, 1 strike now to Neal.
There's the question, will you see Henderson if the Pirates don't do anything with a 4-run lead, non-save situation?
Bird's eye view from up above. Breaks his bat, rolls it to Segura. 3 up and 3 down for Brandon Kinsler, as the Pirates go quietly in the bottom of the 8th. We'll head to the 9th. Brewers up 4 runs. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. We thank the folks up above in the airship for the great shots tonight. They'll be here all weekend through the St. Louis series as well. 4 runs on 10 hits for Milwaukee. 0-6-2 the line for the Pirates. Felix P.A. remains in the game. He'll play left field. Jose Tabata is out. Wilson comes in Tabata's spot in the order, and Justin will be the 3rd pitcher used by Clint Hurdle tonight.
John Buck behind home plate gets a little introduction to 3 of the members of the Pirates pitching staff.
Well, he's getting a crash course. I asked Clint Hurdle about it yesterday. So the guy comes in as a catcher of all positions. How long does it take before he gets to understand this pitching staff? He said, well, he's a veteran. He's been around. He's got his ways of doing it. And we're going to find out. And Buck was told after the game last night that he'd be catching this game tonight. So he went and grabbed a bunch of video on Garrett Cole and members of the bullpen, and went home last night. Spent that time and time today. I say home, I mean the hotel, the temporary housing, wherever he is. And just prepared. He just did what he could to prepare.
Didn't forget about the bat either. 3 for 3.
0-1. Gomez. That's gloved by Sanchez. Tossed to Wilson. He gets him.
Nice play all the way around. Good pick here. And then a good feed. And Justin Wilson doing his job getting over there just in time. Why do Major League catchers not paint their helmets like hockey goalies? Gonna have to ask a catcher.
Actually, I believe his with the Mets was painted with the Marlins. Actually, I remember his was painted like a hockey goalie. And I think it might have been with the Mets, but he just got here, so got this one. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something a little different design-wise down the road here. But I do remember him with the Marlins having a very interestingly colored mask. A different kind of design. Palm trees on it. Part of the Miami skyline was on it.
Maybe you could do a shark design.
That'd be all right. Got to catch the sharks.
Yeah, but you know, if you want to catch sharks, you got to throw some chum out, right? Off the edge of the boat.
And the one he had with the Mets had the Statue of Liberty on one side and the New York skyline on the other. Davis swings and knocks his own helmet off. So any suggestions for what he should put on his mask for Pittsburgh?
Oh, let me think about that. I'll come up with something.
I mean, obviously the skyline is one, a beautiful skyline he could use here. Should be the Jolly Roger. 1-2 to Davis. On the back.
Or he could just maybe keep that. Keep a very professional look.
I'm guessing we're going to see some design work. He's probably got a guy. You know, everybody's got a guy. Well, the inflated, not the inflated, but the stuffed shark looks like it's inflated. They have it hanging out there now. To right field, and Marlon Byrd on the run. He makes the catch. 2 gone for the Brewers in the top of the 9th inning. How about that shot? That might not be bad on one side.
And maybe just the rivers coming together to form the Ohio. The fountain at the point.
Caleb Gindel.
That is a great portrait right there.
Confluence. Beautiful fountain at the point.
Maybe just a rendering of the old building that Froggy's place was in.
You know that one well?
Yeah, that's a Pittsburgh landmark for sure.
How nice is that?
That's pretty.
Confluence of the three rivers. 0-2 pitch. And a comebacker. Justin Wilson will retire Gindel. And the Brewers done in order. Pirates need a big inning as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Andrew McCutchen will lead it off. Kutch with a triple tonight. He's 1 for 3. He's going to need some help as the Bucks find themselves down 4 heading into the bottom of the 9th. Tomorrow, the Pirates and the Cardinals. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Coverage begins here on Root Sports at 6:30 with Pirates pregame as the Bucks and Cards have a Central Division battle on the way tomorrow night. Shelby Miller, the right-hander, the rookie at 12-8, will take on Francisco Liriano, the Pirate lefty, 14-6. So big one tomorrow night. Pirates hoping for a big bottom of the 9th here. They need 4 to extend the game, 5 to win it. And not going to be very easy. McCutchen facing Kinsler, who's out for his 2nd inning of work.
Yep, non-save situation at this point, but Henderson is warming up. Kinsler has been on quite a roll. He's been unscored upon in 26 of his last 29. See Logan Schaefer out and left.
Pitch is a ball to McCutchen, 1-1. Schaefer was a defensive replacement late in Tuesday night's game, first game of the series. Pirates have been held off the scoreboard tonight. And McCutchen takes inside. It's 2-1.
Andrew has had 3 very impressive at bats. He's 1 for 3 because he's hit the ball at people. Hard shot for a double play and a line drive to Aramis Ramirez.
Going inside on Kutch. They count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kinsler last worked against the Pirates on Tuesday. Tossed a perfect 8th inning in that game with 1 strikeout. Brewers would win that one 7-6. Pirates continue to come back a couple of different times in the game, but couldn't quite get over the hump. And in danger of losing this series to the Brewers 2-1 if they can't get at least 4 runs here. It stays even 2-2. And Kinsler's been tough. He's unscored upon in 26 of his last 29 appearances. Kinsler and McCutchen. Nothing over the heart, nothing outside, everything inside.
Why not pitch to the umpire's strike zone too?
That's inside again on the count full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Kinsler. Ball 4, and the Pirates have a base runner. Leadoff man is aboard. Catch at first. Betancourt will hold him on. And Jim Henderson, the closer, has been heating up in the Brewers' pen. Pedro's 0 for 3 tonight. And a bounce to the first. Betancourt rolls to second for 1, back to first, and a double play. Things are looking rather bleak for the Pirates now.
A night for double plays all over the board for both teams. Turned the hard way, and the quick release by Betancourt. Unconventional, but done well, especially when you've got a right-hand throwing first baseman who has to kind of throw in the same direction that the runner is taking off. He doesn't have that angle that a lefty would have throwing, but Betancourt coming in for defense tells you why he came in for defense.
Marino Bird is 1 for 3. Pirates down to their final out suddenly. .285 the average, 22 home runs, 74 RBIs. Good numbers now in the middle of the Pirates lineup to add to Alvarez and McCutchen. Bird hopes to be a big factor down the stretch. (1-1) to Marlon Bird. Stokes it to left field. Here's Schaefer, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. And the Pirates shut out in the series finale tonight, and are now a game behind the Cardinals in the Central Division standings, heading into Game 1 tomorrow night against St. Louis here at PNC Park. A 4-0 win for the Brewers. They take 2 out of 3. Disappointing night for the Pirates offense tonight. Garrett Cole gave them better than 7 innings tonight, but Pirates didn't get him any runs.
Yep, you got to hand it to Gallardo. He continues his mastery over the Pirates now, 11-4. And well, you can't dwell on this one. It's gone. Dig your heels in. The Cardinals. The Redbirds are coming. The Redbirds are coming. And it should be just some wild weekend. So a lot of Bucko baseball, a lot of energy. Stay with us.
Pirates now 77-56 in a game back. Heading into that series tomorrow night. Shelby Miller, Francisco Liriano, the pitching matchup there. Let's go to Rob King and Kent Tekulve now.
Tim and Steve, thanks very much.